also got a little smarter on some.
Wait. I see Dan Burks.
Oh, that's right.
First Blood.
I guess it's time to hit buttons.
We're about there, yeah. How's this button grab you? And apparently moshing has commenced.
Yes.
I almost exposed my PayPal information. Whoops. I'm ordering some stickers for the production equipment while we were waiting for the thing to go. And that's almost done. So good morning, Sunshine. How you doing?
Man, mosh pits. That's a thing I haven't been in decades. I haven't even been, like, Metallica came to town last year, and for reasons, I couldn't go, and that was definitely doing me a sad. And then the thing that was, like, double sad about it was, like half my Facebook feed was like, woo, I went and saw Metallica! And I'm not one of those people where I'm like, poser, you're not a real fan. Like, let people enjoy things the way that they enjoy them. If you only want to eat chocolate ice cream once a year, then eat chocolate ice cream once a year. But at the same time, it's like, I happen to have known some of y'all for like decades and know you turned your nose up at Metallica back in the day. But now, woo, we're going to go see Metallica.
I didn't.
It's like, I didn't say Chris. I said people. Oh, God. I'm not suicidal. That's right. That's right. I am not suicidal.
I don't remember the mouth guard. I don't remember the mouth guard guy's name, Steve, but I know who you're talking about. It wasn't Gonzo, but Gonzo was one of the other cats that was just crazy at the Ozfest. And I hadn't planned on talking about mosh pits this morning. The last time I was in a mosh pit,
was it Disturbed?
Disturbed was there, but it was an Ozfest. It was Ozfest. It was 2007 Ozfest in San Francisco.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know about that.
And so, like, half my unit went to Ozfest that weekend, and we're all there. You know, we're at a training. We're in military training. We had the weekend off. We went to Ozfest, and we run into our commander and sergeant and first sergeant at Ozfest, and we're standing there chit-chatting with our commander and first sergeant, freaking first sergeant Manslinger and Commander Fergal J. O'Reilly, and we're chewing the fat, drinking beers, and the commander goes, "Well, boys, we're going to have to skip the whiz quiz for about a week and a month. Because I don't think anybody's walking away from here pretending like they didn't catch just a full dose of that shite." Yeah, he was deeply, deeply Irish. I can't quote most of the things that he would say in front of us because the man dropped F-bombs like they were commas and hyphens.
Right. So,
especially on St. Patty's Day. Catch him at a Brit pub downtown. Yeah. Solid.
Solid indeed.
And First Sergeant Manslinger was the one that said, "All right, boys, I'm not real bright. I've only got about a 3rd grade education. This Army thing's not that hard. You just got to show up on time and in the right uniform. That's it. You'll be right place, right time, right uniform." And he would always say that. "I'm not real smart. I've only got about a 3rd grade education." And those of us who had been there long enough to know the man were like, "I know that you're getting paid language bonus for 6 languages."
Yeah, but look.
And one of them's Korean.
Yeah, look, but his overall point, I mean, look.
Oh, yeah, it's not that hard. On time, right place, right time, right uniform.
Just like when somebody in Forrest Gump, when the drill sergeant's like, "What is your job?" And he's like, "To do whatever you tell me to do, drill sergeant."
Right.
And he's like, "That's the best goddamn answer I've ever heard."
I don't know. My favorite might have been "In the Army Now." "Son, do you not understand that I'm your first sergeant?" "I wish you were, dude, but I already had a couple before." No, son. No. It's wrong. It's the wrong answer.
Hey, but just real quick, okay? Like, Juicy, the reference to "I'm not suicidal" is obviously to Juicy Smollett being sentenced and
150 days in jail. You committed a hate crime, right? We're opposed to the existence of the designation hate crime. But as long as the law is there and you're a racist who's committing hate crimes, Juicy Smollett, for the explicit purpose of tampering with an election outcome, Juicy Smollett, and smearing an entire group of people based on the color of their skin, Jesse Smollett, if that's not a hate crime, there are none.
Yeah, never look at Mighty Ducks the same way again, that's for sure. Because you see, he was in the Mighty Ducks. But no, if you haven't seen the video, it is just one of the cringiest things ever. And suffice it to say, Juicy Smollett informs us all that he's not suicidal. And it is. And buddy, like, he stands up to speak and it starts normal enough.
Right.
And then it takes such a left turn so hard, so fast. It's painful. And the Brittany Griner thing, by the way, like, we're tracking that, but we're probably going to address that one. We're going to address that next week.
I want my 2 views back. Okay, I'm actually about to pull up our channel and look at it real quick to see. Okay, we appear to still be live on YouTube.
I didn't think there was a possibility.
Well, the reason I'm curious is I just noticed, for some reason, our watch counter says 0,
but there are people watching.
This chat line does not look like 0. So,
all right,
you want to take this first one?
Please.
Get you some.
Oh dear. Man acquitted in fatal shooting of daughter's boyfriend.
Throw it out there. Dirt.
I mean, do we even need to read the? Yeah, we do need to read the. Yeah, okay. Aberdeen. A jury in Brown County has acquitted a man who claimed he was defending himself and his daughter when he fatally shot her boyfriend in 2020. After 8 hours of deliberation, the jury on Tuesday found Jarrett Jones not guilty of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and first- and second-degree manslaughter. John Schumacher of Mino was shot twice in the shop area of Jones' home on January 2nd of 2020. According to testimony during the trial, Schumacher was in a relationship with Jones' daughter, Michaela Jones. Michaela, whatever. But they got into an argument at the Jones residence, and she told Schumacher the relationship was over, Aberdeen American News reported.
You know what? I think we covered this one when it happened.
Hey, we've got somebody from Twitch. How you doing? But your mom 4321. That's fun. Twitch names are the best. I love Twitch names. That's great. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Schumacher was later arrested for drunk driving and taken to jail, where his ex-wife picked him up and drove him back to the Jones house to retrieve a coat. Oh, yeah, I can tell you right now why all this went wrong. Prosecutors say that while Schumacher was making drunken threats, it didn't escalate to violence. It was not self-defense. But the defense said Jones was legally justified in shooting Schumacher to defend his life and his daughter's life. Copyright 2022. Man, it would have been awfully nice to know. Like,
yeah, where's the story? What happened? But I think I remember covering this one when it happened almost 2 years ago now. And this was one of those, Papa Bear stories where there was more to it than what's covered here.
And here's the thing. Somebody is at your house. I'm going to assume this is probably the middle of the night, given the whole DUI and ex-wife and everything else.
So his ex-wife picked him up drunk from jail to take him to his
girlfriend's house. Yeah, is it really not surprising that somebody got their head broke over this situation?
Yeah, no.
Like, this sounds like a whole bunch of people made a whole bunch of bad decisions. Because yikes.
And from what we have in this story, there's a good chance that none of the people making bad decisions were the father and his daughter.
Yeah, she ended the relationship. Apparently, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, just given but. All right, so, and here's the thing. Prosecutors say that while Schumacher was making drunken threats. That's tough, because I am a free speech absolutist very much in the same way that I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. And that is to say, like, Second Amendment absolutists, when they're like, oh, so you're okay with people in the inner city having fully automatic weapons?
Yes.
And the answer is not only yes, I would help set up a cookie booth. Okay, like,
and as far as the free speech absolutist, you absolutely have the right to tell me that you intend to murder me,
and then,
that right, you have the right to take actions and make statements which have consequences.
Yeah, and I have the right to believe you when you tell me that you intend to murder me. Right?
You have just earned my full faith and credit, and I feel compelled, as if by word on high, to take an ordained divine action.
And then, of course, you've got the second layer of this.
Welcome to the monorail of justice.
See, and then you've got the second layer of this. You threatening my life, I'm not going to be crazy about it. You threaten the life of my child, and honestly, really any child. Now we're having a totally different conversation. I might be just...
Well, yeah, as soon as what you're threatening is the life of one of my children, all of a sudden, you've just entered North Korean justice territory. Samchon, hooker. That's 3 knots.
I got it. No.
I'm going to work my way up and down your family tree like I was the ugly stick.
So anyhow, but acquitted, I think, it makes me wonder if this is like a Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Like, should this dude should he have even been charged in the first place?
Right.
It makes me, I don't like it.
We're getting audio there that I don't want.
I wish we had more details. Anyhow. Oh, hey, is this a local?
This one's local.
All right. Let's do it.
I'm going to take her. I'm going to spin her down a little bit because this one's actually blown out. There we go. Lithonia, Georgia. This was apparently the 8th. What was that, 3 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Lithonia, Georgia. DeKalb police say that an 18-year-old was killed in self-defense in a shooting that also left a 25-year-old man in critical condition Monday night. It says a teen killed in self-defense.
Is that a dirt? Or is that a dot?
was killed in self-defense in a shooting that also left a 25-year. Officers were called to the 6300 block of Stablewood Way in Lithonia around 6:30 p.m. in reference to a shooting. Police found a man with at least one gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital in critical condition. A short time later, officers found a second man who had been shot multiple times. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Police later said that the two victims got into an argument which led to the 18-year-old opening fire. A third man fatally shot the 18-year-old. Police said that the third man will not face any charges at this time because he shot in self-defense. Police did not say if the 25-year-old victim would face any charges. Police have not released the identities of the three people involved.
Man, that's about as clear as mud, huh?
Yeah, that's... I'm just not going to give this one a score. Maybe we need a new scoring system for the news staff. Hey, write a story. Okay, local story. Some guys got in a fight and one of them's dead and one of them might be.
Stablewood Way, like, dude, that's literally just a few exits up the highway.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, this is less than a half-hour drive from here.
Okay. Well,
I guess you get to have more fun then.
Let's just do that. All right. Let's see. Oh, man, don't commit crimes in Texas, people. Like, you just have to wonder, like, how bad is your drug habit if you're going to risk it in Texas, okay? Because I guarantee you there's drugs involved in this story, and I've only, like, glanced at it, okay? And just real quick, your dad says DUI is the favorite sport in Aberdeen. That's funny. That's funny. I wish I'd seen that sooner. Okay. Let's see. Sheriff, East Texas homeowner shoots burglar. That is a headline. Longview. A man was shot Friday night in Longview while he was committing a burglary, according to a statement from the Harrison County Sheriff's Office. The release said that around 8 p.m. on March 4th, deputies were called to a Longview home for a shooting in the 1500 block of Juanita Road. When they arrived, they found Matthew Dillon George, a Longview native, suffering from a gunshot wound. Harrison County detectives soon figured out he was shot while committing a burglary, according to the statement. The release said that the homeowner verbally gave orders for George to leave, which he refused. The homeowner then shot George because she was fearing for her safety. George was taken to the hospital outside of Longview, where he was taken into custody. He was booked into Smith County Jail in Harrison County, said they have plans to extradite him. He is charged with burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault. Sheriff Brandon Fletcher credited the homeowner for her actions in the shooting. This entire incident is an excellent example of the importance of our Second Amendment. I am thankful that the homeowner was unharmed, but also thankful that the suspect in this episode will now face his consequences through the judicial system. It could have ended a lot worse.
I just have to double check this. What's the date? Oh, damn. It's March 7th.
Right.
It was posted on March 7th. The next day was International Women's Day.
Okay, so
this is like pre-gaming for Mardi Gras.
I got you.
I showed up for beads, but I was already naked.
So, okay. So, chat's talking about all the craziness from Putin. Look, we're going to get back to all of that because, like I said, we're tracking on the Brittany Griner thing, and we are going to discuss it. So we'll get there. But it's Firearms Friday. We're trying to have some fun. Putin's sucked up all the air in the room, and so okay.
Well, and guys, I'm not sure that what's happening there is that Putin's coming unglued, Steve. Here's the thing. Putin has a reputation, has a history that we know pretty well. The guy's clever. He is smart, right? Trump got a lot of guff for saying Putin's a brilliant guy, for saying Putin's really smart, basically a genius. To say that somebody is smart is not to say that they are good. And to say that someone is Joe Biden is certainly not to say that they're competent to engage in checkers with a monkey. So there's a lot going on with Putin right now that might look crazy, but I want you to take a moment and think about why Putin didn't do anything while Donald Trump was the president, and the Moab was absolutely on the table, almost at random.
Well, he only ever dropped one, didn't he?
Exactly.
Didn't need to drop any more, did he?
Exactly. My mother hit me once, right?
But look,
and when I say, okay, my mother hit me once. My mother was Batman. I made a mistake. I was wrong. I freely admit that. But she jumped off the hillside and airborne, dropped a haymaking bitch slap on me that knocked me to my ever-loving knees. And this was when I was about 11 years old, so, I was only slightly larger than a grown-ass man. Once is enough.
Yeah,
Moab works.
Yeah, my mom hit me more than once, but that's a totally different story. Okay, so but this story, Longview, Texas. Okay.
Mom's correct. I had in fact set my sister's face on fire. It was an accident. I swear to God. And I didn't understand that it had to hurt at the time. It was funny when it happened. Right. It was absolutely an act. There was a marshmallow involved.
Oh no, I'm tracking. I didn't need to hear the rest of the story. Anyhow, okay.
I just want to clarify. It's not like I ran up to her with a can of hairspray and a cigarette lighter, right?
Let me show you what Axe body spray can do, bitch. This is how I kill spiders.
Oh, I have to give my mother the top comment today for she was on fire.
Okay, but
she's fine now.
Look, yes.
We can laugh about this 30 years later.
Okay, so Longview, Texas, though, okay? I honestly, this is why I think we need a few more categories of scoring. Like, she clearly shot this dude center mass, and he just happened to survive. Right?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
He was, he didn't show up to the hospital outside of Longview. George was taken to a hospital outside of Longview. That means he had one in his gut, y'all. I think we can make that assumption.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is about as clean of a clean shoot gets. The homeowner verbally gave orders for George to leave, which he refused. The homeowner shot George because she was fearing for her safety. I mean, open and shut. The only thing she did wrong was not dump the whole mag into him.
Basically, yeah.
That's double tap.
Yeah, when they come for your guns, give them your rounds. All of them.
Right. Exactly.
And then what is rule number 1 of taking down mobs?
I don't know.
Loot the corpse. They have more ammo.
Oh, when you said mobs, I thought you meant like Black Lives Matter.
See?
See, I didn't think you meant I didn't think you meant like Morrowind.
No, any NPCs.
Ha! Yeah, but...
that's about time already, huh?
Can we squeeze in another one?
Hell yeah, we can squeeze in one more. Burglar shot and killed by homeowner in Fontana. What the hell happened?
She fed him a pill and it wasn't wrapped in cheese.
Fontana, California. Oh, this will be fun. Predictions here. There's going to be some victim language surrounding the actual criminal. Because California. A homeowner in Fontana shot and killed a burglar who broke into his home Saturday night, according to police. It happened just before 11 p.m. at a home on Cypress Avenue. Police tell Eyewitness News the homeowner was alone at home when he noticed a burglar breaking in. That's when he called 911 and grabbed a gun to defend himself, according to investigators. While he was on the phone, police say the homeowner and the burglar exchanged gunfire. He was shot in the upper torso. Police say the burglar, who was described only as a Hispanic man in his late 20s or early 30s, was found dead on the ground holding a gun and wearing gloves and a face mask. And I absolutely maintain that you should be suspicious of people in masks.
Especially if they're also wearing gloves.
Dude,
like, that's the funny thing.
How did we never cut the scene? How did we never cut the clip from The Princess Bride? Why do you wear a mask? Were we burned by acid or something like that? Oh no, they're just terribly comfortable. I believe everyone will be wearing them in the future. How did we miss that one? Anyway, police say the burglar, who was described only as the homeowner said earlier that morning several guns were stolen from his home. It's unclear if the burglar was involved in that incident. The shooting remains under investigation. I would suspect that the burglar was likely involved in that incident because, I mean, if your home is robbed one time, how many burglars are there in any given area at any given time? I mean, there's a chance.
Especially burglars that are willing to, like, go the full burgle route. Like, yes, I said
burgle.
I meant it. Go the full burgle route. Well, look.
Cheeseburger.
Look, it's one thing to, like, steal an Amazon package off your porch. That's shitty. That's theft. That is a crime.
And it might just get you glittered.
Right? Yes, it might. But there is once you go into the breaking and entering, and not of an abandoned property either. I mean, I'm talking about, like, there are layers in this matrix, and you're gonna break into a dwelling where somebody clearly lives. You are now at a pretty high threat level.
You've chosen to do the crime.
Yeah, you've
committed yourself to the act.
That's correct. This is not Aladdin stealing a loaf of bread because he's starving. Okay, this is not somebody with impulse control and, like, some kind of weird psychosis. This is somebody that decided to break into a home. Like, I think premeditation can be assumed at that point. So, I say all that to say it could be the same guy. It could not be. It could be related. The police say the burglar, who's described only as a Hispanic man in his late 20s or early 30s. I wonder if he had any, like, really super specific tattoos on his neck area. What do you think the odds of that are?
One of these.
I mean, I'm just saying. What do you think the odds of that are?
Yeah. High to probable. And that's our time for today. So it is Friday. We're going into the weekend. It's supposed to be balls cold this weekend. I do want to touch this real quick. Last night was the second, apparently, premiere by Daily Wire of one of their originals, called The Hyperions, and it's a comedy. It's a superhero movie. And it's Carrie Elwes. It was actually quite good, but the Daily Wire has a brilliant market strategy. They're making films, and then they put the film on you. They've done it twice now. They did it for this one, and they did it for
whatever the
Shut In.
Yeah.
Where they premiere the film on YouTube, and anybody can go watch it free, but you have to watch it at the time. So if the premiere happens at 9 o'clock on a Thursday night, like the last two have, you're there to watch it at 9 o'clock. If you show up at 9:30, you're not going to start it at the beginning and watch. If you pop in, you'll be wherever they are. So they're playing it live. You get to watch it for free. And then as soon as the film is over, after that first live premiere, they take it off of YouTube and it goes behind their paywall. I gotta say, that film last night, it was so good. I'm seriously considering getting me one of those asbestos-laden tumblers that the little Jewish guy's peddling. The Leftist Tears. It's Ben Shapiro. Yeah.
That one was reaching. It was.
Anyway.
I see where you were going for.
But it was a fantastic film. It was a lot of fun, and if you're already doing the Daily Wire thing, definitely go check out those movies. But more importantly, if you're not subscribed to Daily Wire, try to pay attention, and I'll try to let you know when they're doing the next time they're doing the free preview. The next free preview, I don't know the date yet, but I believe it's the Gina Carano film.
I'll watch that one.
And it's a Western. It looks like it's going to be a pretty gritty, gory Western. Like,
Gina Carano in cowboy boots.
Yeah, and
sold.
Well, and you know the guy that's working with the Daily Wire, getting all these movies. So they're making some originals. They're acquiring some that have already been made that Hollywood just won't buy.
Right.
The guy that's working with is it Matthew Boring, the God King, whatever, the guy that's the boss man over at Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro and them. The guy that's working with them to put these movies together and acquire them is the guy that did Bone Tomahawk. And they're putting out a gritty Western. You ever seen Bone Tomahawk?
Not in a long time.
It's rough. It's basically about feral cannibal Indians in. It's a Western where there are feral cannibal Comanches basically that might as well be werewolves.
Just Comanches.
Might as well they took the most terrifying Indian and like werewolfed them.
Okay, maybe I haven't seen this. I have to check it out.
It's rough. So
I mean,
if you
you
get a
had
chance,
me at Gina
pay attention
Carano,
for those, and yeah, absolutely.
So based on reality.
Yes. Hey, I'm married to a Comanche. Yeah.
My children honestly find her more frightening than you. They've told me.
Oh, that's fair on certain levels.
They like her.
Yeah.
But they're more afraid of her getting angry than you.
Well, so y'all be safe out there. Don't drive drink. Don't fry bacon naked. Stay warm. It's supposed to get stupid cold this weekend. This should be the last time this year. And
it's like November, but
okay,
this season.
This season. Smart ass. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, farm animals, firearms, and videotape. No two at the same time. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you on Monday.